If you're watching this, I assume you probably already know what an AI automation agency is. If not, you should watch my last video because I break down exactly what it is and how to go from $0 to $10,000 per month. But for those of you who do know what it is, you guys are probably saying something like, I'm ready to work. I'm ready, but what do I actually sell? I'm ready to make money, but where do I go now? Well, that's why in this video, I'm gonna show you guys 7 AI automation services for beginners that you can start selling today. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Aron Zapatero. I've been in the SMMA space for over 3 years, and now recently the AI automation space. And throughout all my businesses, I'm currently averaging around $50,000 per month. The first service you can start selling is social media planning, but this is going to be curated to custom businesses. So imagine a social media tool which analyzes past posts, looks at what future trends are, and then creates automatic content for the business. So this is going to be something like a mix of ChatGPT. You're probably going to use the Da Vinci model and then some sort of AI picture generator. And so obviously you guys are familiar with these tools. Now these things are free, but what you're going to do for these businesses is collect their previous data, and you're going to train the AI by creating a local data set so that the AI can understand this is post that the business has created. This is probably what they want to make, and it can use all the data sets within the business to create custom content for that business. So as I said, the first thing that you're going to need to do is using some sort of API to scrape the business's old content. If they don't have content, this is probably going to be harder to do, but if they do, then you're going to use that API to scrape content and store it into a local data set. Then you're going to use this data to train a language model such as GPT-3 that can analyze this data and then generate further content based off of that data. Finally, you're going to use a tool like Zapier to actually automate the post so that you can post at the optimal times. For those of you who don't know what Zapier is, it's a piece of software that connects apps to other apps, such as BotPress to Instagram or Facebook, or however you might be posting this stuff. You can connect 2 or more of these apps to automate the repetitive task without using code or relying on anyone else. The second service that you guys can start selling is a contract generator. Now, consider a law firm that generates dozens of contracts. Well, obviously you're not going to want to give AI complete autonomy over what's generated, or at least what's given to clients, but the AI can definitely save the firms a lot of time by generating drafts of the contracts. So imagine a law firm that specializes in car injuries. Now, imagine you took all the recordings from their calls and clients, used that data sets, then presented it with the contracts that it created. Then the AI can begin to learn, okay, so a client with this type of need generated this type of contract. And you can begin to train the AI to create the most optimal contract. You don't want it to do something new, you just want it to automate these repetitive tasks. And that's really what AI automation is. To do this, you're going to start by collecting examples of previous clients. You're going to be ingesting these into a database like Stack AI to create that local data set. Next, you're going to use a model such as GPT-3 or 3.5, whichever one works. You might want to go with a smarter version such as 4 to begin analyzing the contracts and figuring out what makes them unique to each client's needs. Then you're going to want to use a tool like Zapier, which can send that contract in an email form, maybe as a PDF, however you deliver the form, to someone who can verify and actually do the final overview of the draft. As I said, I don't think the AI is smart enough to do it completely on its own, but it can definitely start doing a lot of the repetitive tasks. The third service is an onboarding chatbot. So I want you guys to imagine a business that has a lot of hires and fires. So a lot of their time is spent on training new people how to do their job, what to do, and where to find all the resources that they might need. For example, a sales agent that just got hired to a firm needs to know where all the SOPs are, how to call people, what softwares to use, where they should log in their hours, and they need to know all of that. And there's literally people who are directly responsible for this, and sometimes even full-time positions just for teaching new hires. What your goal would be with this is to create almost a user manual of what to do when someone is hired. And most businesses already have this written down. So you just need to feed this into a local data set, pair it with something like a chatbot, train the AI, and then create a Q&A so that someone who's just hired can ask the chatbot questions. And because it's already trained, you're going to tell the AI, you are a onboarding assistant. Then it's going to know that everything asked to it is related to onboarding. And you're going to give it the prerequisites and all the information that it needs to answer so that it can help whoever just got hired. Now, this can save hundreds or thousands of hours depending on the company, and this is definitely huge. As I said, you probably just want to use something like BotPress to create a chatbot and just reference something, maybe using a dataset in Stack AI, and this one's pretty simple. Something like this can easily be copied and pasted to other agencies. The fourth service is going to be an AI study buddy or a tutor. And so this is something that you might want to sell to already established tutoring companies. Now you want to save them the time and energy that it takes to create new problems that might be specific for a certain type of skill deficiency that they're trying to teach. For example, imagine you're a tutor and you're trying to teach a kid how to do multiplication. Well, instead of going online and figuring out a bunch of multiplication problems, you actually just ask the AI and it generates a bunch of new ones. Now, multiplication is something easy to generate, but imagine it's something a lot more intricate and nuanced. For example, imagine a certain type of reasoning problem that requires you to do coding in a certain type of way. Well, in this scenario, you want to be able to generate infinite amounts of problems to be able to train whoever you're teaching how to do it right and how to do it several times. So the ability to create these new problems or maybe even study plans for these tutoring companies would save them hundreds of hours. Now this one's pretty simple. It can just be a chatbot where you ask what type of problem that you need the AI to generate and then it'll generate for you. And you can use tools like Zapier and BotPress, combine the two, create the chatbot and use a tool behind it like GPT-3. And I keep mentioning that, well, that's because it's really powerful and honestly right now it's powering a lot of the computation in the automation space. The next service that you can start delivering is a meal planner. Now this would be something that you sell to coaching and nutrition planners. So you don't want to go ahead and create these businesses yourself, but you're going to be selling to other people. So take someone who's already a nutritionist. Imagine all day they meet with people, they do consulting calls, they figure out what the client wants, what are the goals of the clients, and then they create custom plans for that client. Well, what's going to happen is that over time, let's say they've been doing it for 2 years, they've had 400 clients and they've had 400 calls. If they have notes from those calls, you can train the AI by saying, here's the notes that I had from these clients and this is the nutrition plan I generated. Please find the similarities between the two. And you can begin to train the AI to figure out, okay, these are the notes. Now all I have to do is feed it notes so that it automatically generates the nutrition plan for you or for the client. And over time, the next step up would be to automatically record the sales meeting. And the next step past that would be to automatically record the meeting so that it takes notes and then creates the nutrition plan right away. And if you really wanted to take it a step further, they don't even have to meet with someone. They could meet with an AI. The AI would take the notes. It would use the 400 examples from before, create a perfectly optimized nutrition plan, and everybody would win. The next one that you want to do is a fitness planner. So this is something that you sell to gym coaches. And let's say, just like the last example, they've been doing consultations with clients and they figure out these are their goals with maybe strength or increasing their cardiovascular, increasing their endurance, whatever it might be, then they create a workout routine. So just like in the last service, how they created a meal plan, in this one, they're going to create a fitness plan. So I'm not going to go too deep into this one because it's similar to the last one, but you're just going to use any data that you have from the previous clients that the business has. You're going to train the AI. Once again, you're going to create the local data sets. You're going to feed it into something like BotPress to create your chatbot, or straight directly into Zapier. You might integrate it into a Google Sheets, whatever's easier, so that it creates the custom workout plan. One thing that's cool about these type of services is that you can automatically regenerate. So if your client changes their mind on what their goals are, you can just feed it back into the AI and the business owner won't have to redo the entire plan. But they could charge for doing the entire plan. So there's a lot of money to be made as the business owner, which makes it even easier for you to sell. And the last service that you can start selling is going to be a travel planner. So imagine a travel agency that gets hundreds of calls per week. What they're doing is figuring out what people want to do, where they want to go, and how much they want to spend. And then they're figuring out, let's say they want to go to Dubai and they only want to spend $5,000 for 2 weeks. Well, the travel planner has to figure out which hotels they can go to, what restaurants, what car to lease, all the exciting activities that they can do that stay within that budget and align within their interest. Well, the interesting thing is that GPT-4 can now go online and you can use plugins such as Expedia to connect it to apps, plugins such as Expedia. When you connect to Expedia, then the AI can analyze how much hotels are in real time and it can start planning the trip for the clients. So the business owner would just have to take note of everything that the client wants and then feed it into the AI. Now the AI isn't automatically going to know what to do, but that's where you come in. You're going to begin to train the AI by telling it you are a travel planner. Please use this inputs that I give you to create a custom plan. You're going to feed it and go back and forth, optimize it so that when you hand the chatbot over to the business, all they have to do is feed it the notes and then it automatically creates the travel plan for them. In this business, it literally automates almost the entire process because it can go live in real time. The only thing the travel agent would have to do is verify that everything is correct, which if you ask me is a whole lot easier than starting from scratch. So for this video, I kind of glossed over what services to sell, but if you guys are interested in exactly how to create some of these services, please drop a comment letting me know which one you want to see me build, and maybe I can do like a live building for you. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. Make sure to subscribe as I upload weekly videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.